They told me, son, you're special. You were born to do great things. You know what? They were right.
Hi guys, welcome back to Pointless Nostalgia, my YouTube series about the Xbox 360 games I've collected over the years. This is episode 3 and it is all about the game Bioshock. This was the third game I bought for the Xbox 360, hence why it is the third episode. It was a game I downloaded the demo for as soon as I got gold because someone had recommended that I get the demo, so that's what I did. But what is Bioshock about? I hear you ask silently over the internet. Bioshock sees you as an unnamed man who is in a plane crash in the Atlantic Ocean, and you swim to the nearest landmass, which is turned out to be a lighthouse. You go down, down, down under the ocean, and you turn up at a underwater city called Rapture, which is run by Andrew Ryan. And I think I'll just leave it there because it gets pretty intense. You've got to work your way through Rapture, and yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but it does get pretty good. The third thing I'm going to talk about with Bioshock is the visual style. I mean, this is I'm going to say a very similar opinion to the Halo 3 concept, is that this is a visual style that has stood the test of time very definitely. It still looks great and it's very cinematic in places, and it is just wonderful. The first time I saw Rapture, the first time I played it, I was hooked from then on. The moment you go over the reef and see Rapture in all its dystopian glory, I was just completely enthralled. This is a 1950s Art Deco city, but just underwater, and it just keeps on getting better and better from then on. I found that when I come back to this game, I completely dismiss it as just like this is just another first-person shooter game. But there is actually a lot behind the different ways you can play this game. Like, you can upgrade your weapons, and there's a lot of very decisive tracks you can go on. You can either go an all-round sort of average build, or you can just beef up. I think the first time I went through it, I enhanced and upgraded the shotgun over and over again, because it essentially just got like a zombie shooting game by the end, so I was just smashing people with my shotgun and not doing much else with like the plasmids and stuff like that. But there is a lot of stuff you can do with the gameplay of this game, and the achievements do show that. You do get achievements for trying different things, trying new things, which is always a plus for me, I think. Again, looking back at Bioshock, there is no multiplayer, which is very strange. I think this was released before every first-person shooter had to have a multiplayer to keep people playing with like added on DLC and stuff. I don't think there's any DLC for it either. I might have to check that, or you can just leave a comment if there is, if I'm wrong. But the fact that there is no multiplayer and I keep coming back to it just shows how good this game is at keeping you entertained years and years after you've played it through the first time. It is, like I said, like I keep saying, just a fantastic game to play. And if you've never played it before, then I definitely suggest you go out and play it now. I mean, if you've played Infinite has definitely a lot more story to it and a lot more character development as you go over the game. But this is very basic, and yet there is still like a massive story arc to the whole thing. But it's just a little more subtle, which I don't think is as good as Infinite, but it's still up there in one of my top 10 games, definitely. If you have played it before and you haven't replayed it since you completed it, then you should definitely go back and play it again, because you will just find it amazing again. It is, like I said, just a brilliant game. If you haven't played it before, you will be shocked. Bioshocked. Little joke there to round off this review, this look back at pointless nostalgia. Like the video if you liked it, obviously, and thank you for staying to the end. I know my voice is very, very boring. That's all for this episode. Like and subscribe if you like the videos you've watched. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me.